Right, just had to do this video to show you, just to explain to these people that are teaching these boxing manoeuvres, it's completely wrong. This one here has got to, oh shit, right, this one here has got to be the most lame move you can do. You actually turn your back on it to think about it, and then you turn like that. It's a complete waste of movement. Now, this is what one guy's teaching, right? The guy comes towards you, and what you do is you pivot. Now, as you can see, when the guy comes towards me and I pivot, I'm still in front of him. This pivot is okay when the person's moving like that and you turn to face him. See that? But when he comes towards you, if you go like that. So again, this guy's got a lot of followers. People are eating up and buying into this, but he's teaching people wrong. I'm going to show you how to do it right, look. Now, if you look where I was to start off with, I'm going to put my hand here, look, and then I do that. That's the correct way you do the pivot. Because the person comes towards you, what do? You get out the way here. You get out the way and you give him the centre, and then you turn back and you hit him, and that's your shot there, isn't it? Sure, it is okay to move that leg and move that way, or to shift and move that way. So you can either step. See, well, if you look, there's my hand there, right, I'm off the centre. See that, I'm off the centre here. But if I turn like that, I'm on the centre. Do these people never stop to think about it? And that manoeuvre that you see a lot of them doing, where they go like that and they pivot that way, it's not a really good move. When you move, when the guy's throwing a jab and you move to the outside like that, by the time you pivot he can reset. That's not a good move. So whoever started to teach that, and all these lame brains all bought into it and they're copying it, it's not a good move. It certainly isn't. So the pivot can be done that way as well. Now look at that. So if you notice what I do with that pivot is I move back a way and then I turn around like that. So the pivot can be done at right angles to me, where I shift my weight that way and step across. You can see I'm off the centre. So I move, I shift my weight, I step across, and as I step. Now that had been one motion, you've got to remember, that's in one motion, and then I hit, or I go diagonal forward, see that, and then I turn in, or for here, what I do is I move it back away, and then I turn in. That's the right way to do it, because the whole idea of the pivot is to realign through the centre, and for you to give him the centre, he moves through the centre. That's what you're using the shift for. The shift is two directions, you move back and you move to the side to give him the centre, then you can step in, you can nail him that way. So, it's crazy how some people get a lot of followers, but there is a lot of gullible people out there, and they're, and they're eating into all this stuff, and they're lapping up, and all great video and all the rest of it, but they don't realise that the person's not putting much thought into that, and it's wrong. That's the thing. Some of these people with a lot of followers are teaching stuff, it's completely wrong, and when you're teaching people, you've got a responsibility. And the responsibility is, do it right. Because if you do it wrong, all your followers are doing it wrong. It's like when I watched all Ted Wong's guys all standing the same way, they all stood the same way with their feet like that. Every one of them stood the same way. And guess what? A couple of them knew, because they're listening to what I was saying. Remember, it came from me. They're listening to what I was saying. Now they're standing that way. They're not standing like that. And then when they move their feet, they throw the lead, they're jumping and end up like that. Again, completely wrong. Nobody that's athletic would move with some kind of stance to go like that. That's a non-athletic person. But then again, if you copy that person, you've got all the same mistakes as he's got. So if you were pushing for here, the stance should be the exact same as where you started. It's just a fundamental thing, isn't it? For balance and everything. And here's the other thing for all these guys, these boxing clips, you see, the stances are too long, and they're jabbing like that, and they jab that way. That's the limit to what you can move. So if you close fast, and you're here, you're trapped, and you're trapped because the stance is too long, you can move your weight back, but you can't move it anymore. And if your stance is long and your triangle's wide, it means your centre of gravity is low. And if your centre of gravity is low, it's great for stability, but you can't move. Again, a complete stupid thing to do is to get caught in a big wide stance like that and that when you can't move your feet. So the stance shouldn't be too short and it shouldn't be too long. It should be within the perimeter. It should be within the perimeter that you can transfer your weight evenly in any direction you want to move in. Whether you want to move back away, you should be able to transfer weight. Left or even right, you should be able to transfer your weight. But if you stand like that, it's so difficult to transfer your weight. Again, stuff no thought out. People copying other people, and the people they're copying have got it right to start off with. Catch you later.
You're not getting